Most traders wait for the reversal. RSI divergence warns you before it happens. This is exactly how to trade it. So now it's time to take a look at the RSI indicator, and more specifically how we can use the RSI as our confirmation to improve our trading strategy, and as a result, hopefully make more money. But real quick, before we can start using and applying the RSI, we need to know a little bit about what the RSI is in the first place. So first of all, RSI simply stands for Relative Strength Index. And this is a momentum indicator that measures momentum from 0 to 100. And in simple terms, momentum is basically the velocity of price movement. So how fast is the price moving? So you can think about it like this. If we have a price that moves, maybe a little bit to the upside and a little bit to the downside, this is not a lot of momentum. But if we suddenly get a strong move to the upside, this is a lot of bullish momentum. Then we might have, some more sideways movement. And then if we get a strong movement to the downside like this is strong bearish momentum. And as I said, the RSI measures this momentum on a scale from 0 to 100. So as you can see on this image right here, you can see we have a demonstration of the RSI. And when the RSI is in between the 70 mark and the 100 mark, we usually say that the RSI is overbought, or in other words, it has lots of bullish momentum. And when the RSI is here in between 30 and 0, we say that the RSI is oversold, or in other words, it has lots of bearish momentum. And I already want to mention that a very common mistake that many traders use when they use the RSI is that they see the RSI between 70 and 100 as a sell signal, and they see the RSI in between 30 and 0, like for example right here, as a buy signal. And this right here is a big mistake, and this is not how we are going to use the RSI. This is never how you should use RSI, in my opinion. But as you can see, it's still good to know about that. Above 70, we often call it overbought, and below 30, we often call it oversold. And as I already mentioned, the RSI measures momentum, which is basically the speed of a move, or you can think about it as the velocity of a move, and it's not measuring price itself. And here, when it comes to the RSI, the default setting is to use 14 periods. What do I mean by this? Well, this is basically that the RSI indicator uses 14 candles to make its calculations. But we can actually change the periods of the RSI, and we can change, lots of the settings to potentially improve the RSI. But for beginners, there is no real need to change the settings when you are just starting out. But alright, so now I actually want to jump back into TradingView real quick, because I want to show you guys how we can open up the RSI indicator in TradingView. And to do that, what you want to do is that you want to go up here to where it says indicators, and then you want to simply type in RSI. And you can see that when you do this, you will have multiple indicators appearing here under the section that is called technicals. But what you also can see is that if you scroll down here, I deleted it. But if you scroll down here, you can see that we have multiple indicators created under the community tab. And this is one thing I so like about TradingView, is that yes, we do have many built-in TradingView indicators, and these are the indicators that are under technicals right here. But the indicators that are under the community tab are basically indicators that are built by the TradingView community. And that is one thing, as I said, that is so nice about TradingView, that we have such a big community of traders that is always working to building and sharing TradingView indicators. So we, for example, have, RSI with candles instead of lines. We have automatic RSI divergence, and many different sort of tweaks and potential improvement to the RSI indicator. So that is super awesome. But for this video, we're just going to open up the standard relative strength index right here. So the one at the top called relative strength index. And then just like that, you should see the RSI indicator appearing here at the bottom of the screen. And as you can see here, and as we talked about earlier, the RSI here will move between 0 and 100. Let me zoom out a bit here. You can see the potential highest number the RSI can go to is up here at 100. The potential lowest number the RSI can go to is down here at 0. And here, what I want you to notice is that when the RSI is high, so for example, as you can see right here, we have a very high RSI. Remember what the RSI measures. It measures momentum, so it measures how fast the price is moving. And hopefully you can see that when the RSI is high, we usually have very strong and fast movements. So when the RSI is high, we have strong and fast movements to the downside. And when the RSI is low, like right here, we have fast and strong movements towards the downside. And when the RSI is hovering here around the middle, we're usually seeing, like we're seeing right here, not a lot of action happening here on the chart. So this is how the RSI works in super simple terms. But now I do want to change a few settings of the RSI indicator just to make it a little bit more, useful here for beginners. So what I want to do is that I want to go down here to where it says RSI, and I want to press on settings right here. And I just simply want to go to the style tab here, and what I want to do is that I want to uncheck the RSI based moving average. This is simply a moving average based on the RSI itself. We can also do some more things like changing the upper and lower band. We can even change the length of the RSI and different sources here. But in this video, I do want to keep it very simple. However, if you want to learn more about the RSI indicator, you can actually dive super deep into this indicator. I do have a full course on the RSI, and I'll make sure to leave a link to that video both up in the video card as well as the description below. But for now, this is all we need to do. We change the settings so that we remove the moving average, and yeah, that's pretty much it for now. But right guys, so now the time has come to learn about RSI divergence. This right here is one of the best ways, at least in my opinion, one of the best ways to use the RSI indicator. And this is something you will need throughout the rest of the course. And you can actually use the RSI divergence strategy as a confirmation signal. So make sure here to really pay attention. But first of all, what is a divergence? Well, in trading, when we talk about the divergences, we're talking about that the price goes in one direction and the indicator goes in the opposite direction. So when we're talking about an RSI divergence, we're talking about that the price goes in one direction and the RSI goes in the opposite direction. And here we have two main types of RSI divergence, and that is bullish divergence and bearish divergence. We also have something called hidden divergence, and we have actually some more types as well. But in this video, we just need to know about the two most common and useful types, which is the bullish and bearish divergence. So let's take a look at them step by step. First of all, let's focus on the bullish divergence. So I want you guys to focus on this image right here. The bullish divergence is when we have the price printing one low. So you can see we have a low right here, and then we need the price to print a lower low. While at the same time, while the price does this, we want the RSI to print one low and then a higher low. So we want to see lower lows on the price and higher lows on the indicators. And one very common mistake I see for beginners here, make sure to pay attention, is that you should only look at the lows. When we're talking about bullish RSI divergence, you should only look at the lows. Many beginners will confuse the lows with the highs and start looking at, for example, this point and this point and this point and this point. And this is not something you should do. When we're talking about bullish divergence, only focus on the lows. And the same thing is true, but the opposite for the bearish divergence. So when it comes to the bearish divergence, this is when the price prints one high and then a higher high, while the RSI prints one high and then a lower high. And notice here that when we're talking about the bearish divergence, we're talking about highs. This is from teaching this for a long time. This is by far the most common mistake when it comes to divergences. So if you only take away one thing, is that when I focus on bullish divergence, focus on lows. When we focus on bearish divergence, focus on highs. And it's when they go in the opposite direction. But now you might of course wonder, what does the divergence actually tell us? Well, the divergence gives us a warning that the current move is losing momentum and that we're seeing a potential reversal. So a bullish divergence indicates a reversal to the upside. As you can see right here, I tried to demonstrate this on this image. It indicates that the price reverse from a downtrend to an uptrend, while the bearish divergence indicates a reversal to the downside. Or in other words, it reverses the price from a move up to a move down. But right guys, so now it's time to put it all together. This video was just a very short clip from our full course on how to build your own trading strategy. To watch it, all you need to do is to click or tap on the screen right here.